I'm not Muslim, but if you're Muslim, I would love to know why. Were you raised in a Muslim home? Did you find the Quran interesting? Like, how did you get to where you are today?
Very nice question. So, as a young man, I was around the age of 14 when I realized that I needed my life to be directed towards something. And I started thinking about these different possible paths that I could go down. And the first thing I thought of was, well, I'm a kid and I like to chase fun, so maybe we could just keep on chasing good times, fun, all that stuff. But I quickly realized that people that live that type of lifestyle end up being losers. And so I dropped this concept of hedonism and I thought I need something better. And then I thought, well, of course I could just go to school, and school just focus on that so much and leads to a fancy job, and that fancy job leads to lots of money. But then I realized that my entire life would be revolving around money, and I hate people like that. I think it's just quite shallow. And so I dropped this obsession with materialism. I thought that was a bad choice. Then I thought to myself, well, you can make up your own purpose, right? I could just say that the purpose of my life is something that I enjoy, something that I think is cool, whatever the case is. But then I realized that, well, if you make up your own purpose in life, you could the very next day change it to another purpose, and then the next day after that another purpose. And ultimately what you're really admitting to yourself is that there is no purpose of life. And so ultimately I thought, I'm not going to just invent one and then play make-believe and chase whatever and then maybe change it, and it just seems useless. So I consider that to be essentially nihilism. And I said to myself, I don't want to be nihilistic, and I don't think that life is just meaningless and we just make it whatever we want and play make-believe and pretend. No. So I quickly realized that I need to figure out what the actual purpose of life is. So I began to say, well, where do you shop for the purposes of life? Like, who's got the best theories? Where do you learn about this? And I realized that I need to study comparative religion. That's the entire subject. Where do we come from? What are we doing here? Where are we going? That's the explanation. And I never stopped. And to be perfectly honest, I've never understood why everybody isn't on that path. It seems like that's the only path to take. We should all be figuring out, just by virtue of the fact that we exist, trying to figure out why we exist. And anyway, to answer your question, I very quickly realized that Islam was the best candidate, but I think I'm running out of time, so that's going to have to be explained in another video. Hopefully next time. Okay, take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope that's a good introduction. Assalamu alaikum.